Hello, it's Cole Poots here with a video. Haven't done one in a long time. Now that school is coming to an end for the semester, I figured it would be a good idea to make a video. And yes, I have not tackled this topic in a while, but I'm going to explain my 30-day benefit NoFap journey. So currently, at this day, on December 5th, 2020, I'm on 36 days. I know that is super specific, but that's what it is. I had such a hard time on the first 4 attempts. Yeah, because I went 15 the first time, 24 the second, 23 the third, and 24 the fourth. So now I am up to 36 on my 5th attempt. So I'd like to talk about what I've experienced in these 30 days. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sort of like topics or benefits, I guess you could say, perceived benefits. So let's get into it. And these are in no specific order. These are just things that I've noticed along the way. It doesn't mean that they happen every day. It's yeah, you have to be very careful and transparent with how you talk about benefits of NoFap because these things aren't always there on the journey. They come, they go, they fluctuate just like anything else. And I'm still a guy that has not reached the pinnacle of, doing 60, 90, 120 days. I don't know what that's like. I don't know if things are going to change for me even more, or if these benefits are going to be even more enhanced. So this is what I've noticed so far. First one, female attraction. Again, it's not something that happens every day. It's not like you walk out in public and every girl is immediately drawn to you and can tell like, oh, this young, striking man is on NoFap and oh my God, he's so gorgeous and I just want to jump on his lap and hump him to death. I know that's a little too far, maybe a little too excessive, but no, I've noticed like some small instances where it seemed that girls were more intrigued in me than usual. Now, that may be self-centered. I don't really know how to further expand on that. It's just that, I know myself. I walk around in my body every single day, and so I notice when something is off, whereas like in this case, a girl is maybe giving me more looks than I'm used to, maybe stares me down for a little bit, or like it has a really open, warming, receptive smile, which is something that you don't normally see with the mask and COVID. But yeah, I've had, I would say, at least like 3 or 4 instances of things that don't normally happen to me with girls, like where again they look at me longer, they give me a really encouraging smile when I'm out in public, or maybe I'll strike up a conversation with a girl and she seems to be laughing a lot more than I usually am able to get girls to laugh. Not that I'm like always trying, but just in a conversation. So yeah, that's number 1 is female attraction. Number 2 is confidence. It's something that I've always struggled with, and it was one of the more enticing benefits that I was looking forward to hoping to gather while being on NoFap. And again, not something that's happened every day. It's not that like I'm fully confident all the time. Like there's still times where I struggle with my confidence. But I would say that I've noticed a increase in the confidence, like the output of my posture, my voice projection, not caring as much about what people think of me and just kind of walking around with my shoulders kind of rolled back, just kind of more open, just more flexible, just taking up more space. So, and it's really helped with conversations as well as, like I said, I get less in my head. I'm able to go out a lot more and not feel the pressure of a social interaction that could go wrong. Like I'm usually just there and I react to the situation. So yeah, confidence is one. It's one of the ones that I would hope to see more as I continue this journey, but we shall see. Number 3 is energy levels. Now, I don't know. A lot of guys talk about how they feel like they have so much more energy when they're on NoFap. I personally, I haven't noticed anything that was like out of the ordinary. But like I would just say that my energy levels are very stable, and I don't really get tired that often, especially throughout my day, unless I eat something that may be kind of shitty for me. I haven't had to take a nap in a long time, and I don't know exactly what that's due to, because like I also meditate, and meditation is really good for balancing like energy states in the mind. So I'm not entirely sure, about the energy one, but it's level. Like everything is very level headed. So I could say that that's an attribution towards NoFap. Fourth one is discipline. Again, one that's kind of come and gone. At the end of the semester for school, the semester, I found it kind of hard to keep up with discipline. I had 3 projects that were due, and I spaced out the work evenly throughout like most of my weeks and days, which is totally fine. I'd rather do that than get overwhelmed. There were definitely some times where my discipline kind of fell to the wayside, and it's hard to generate it again. I don't know. It's like when you're working 2 jobs and then you're going to school on top of that. Like it's really hard, because I wasn't really making any videos. I haven't made any videos in a long time. Last video I put out was that podcast. So, so that was a school project that I had to do that for. But yeah, the discipline has been one that's kind of been off and on. I'm hoping now that I can really just focus on school, and then this podcast / YouTube channel, that will just be my main focus, and it will be easier to get things done. So yeah. And then number 5 is I feel like I have more control over situations, if that makes sense. I know a lot of guys talk about, just more emotional stability. I feel like I am more in tune with my emotions. I was a guy that was raised by a father that didn't think emotions had to be present if you were a male. And so that's something that I've always struggled with. And that's been something that's really hurt my mental health in the past is, not letting go of emotions and staying upset about particular situations. So this one's kind of profound, honestly, because I don't really get as frustrated as I used to, which again is kind of a contradiction for NoFap, because if you have all that testosterone, all of that seed that you have not given out, a lot of guys get agitated, irritated, just kind of on edge with all that energy. So yeah, this one is interesting to me. It's something that I observe every once in a while with how I handle things now, and it's kind of amazing because I just feel like I have a more of a clear head on those things, and like things that would normally make me stressed, upset, angry, helpless, whatever sort of feeling it produced. Like I have a better time addressing it, feeling it out, letting it go, and just moving on instead of letting it linger and consume me. So that's pretty interesting for me. Again, I can't say that it's just NoFap because I do meditation, because I do cold showers, like there's all these things that I'm doing in correspondence with this thing. So who knows what it is? It could be a combination of all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, more willing to explore. This one is interesting, and the way that I would relate it is more or less sexually or with girls, because I haven't had sex with anybody on NoFap. My mind has sort of twisted in such a way that I'm more willing to put myself in situations that I wouldn't have even thought of before. And I could get really specific with this, but I don't think it fits on this channel. So like if you know me personally, maybe I'll tell you at some point. But yeah, I'm more willing to explore. Like there are girls, there are options, there are things that I look at more now as like a potential possibility, as opposed to when I first started this thing, and I would have never thought of doing that. Now I haven't acted upon it. I haven't done it. So I'm just saying I look out for those things more. Yeah, like you objectify women much less, but I'm still a guy, I'm going to be honest. It's like you see girls in public and you can't help but look and see if they have nice features. So yeah, and then number 7, the want to improve more And what I mean by the want, and maybe I should change that word, maybe it's more or less the desire to improve more. I noticed that after getting on NoFap, I shortly then after started meditating. And so I started NoFap back in August, and I've been meditating pretty much every single day since I started NoFap. I did cold showers. It's kind of hard to do cold showers now because we're in the winter and we're in Iowa, and it's just extra cold when you get in there. Maybe I'm being a pussy. Maybe I should really just get in there and bear down my knuckles and just take it. But yeah, no, like I do monthly challenges each month for self-improvement purposes, and I started that back in June. And so August, that was like my first attempt to say like, okay, we're gonna do no fat for a month. I didn't make it for a month. I made it for 15 days. So, but you keep up with the practice. And so I'm trying to think what my monthly challenges were. So August was no fap. September, I can't remember. Oh, September was, I think it was no fat plus meditation. So I was trying to do no fat for the whole month, and then I was trying to meditate every day, which again failed, but a majority of it I did that, I stuck with it. And then October was journal every single day about gratitude, things that you're grateful for. And there were only 2 days that I missed. And now I'm into December, and my challenge is to get a clamp on social media. So for these first 4 days, I haven't checked any social media the entire day until it's like the end of the night. And that's kind of when I go through my social media, updates, notifications, see what people have said. And it's nice. So with NoFap, and a lot of guys can attest to this as well, is that it's not going to be the single thing that changes your life. There's a lot of other things that you can do to change your life, but it's the glue, it's the attachment, it's like the fill-in areas, it's the foundation to the building that you're trying to create, to construct, to manifest. And so it's not that you need this to be successful, but it's going to help you out tremendously, especially if you are some person that has struggled with it in the past and has been prone to addiction through that or through other things. Like, this is going to help you. So that's what I've noticed, is that there is the desire to improve more. It's like I started NoFap back in August, and again, it's taken me some time to, get on like long streaks, and then I fall down again, I give in, I relapse, but now I'm on my longest one. I'm at 36. And so for December, it's like the end of the year, I'm choosing to get off social media as much as possible. So you want to, when you're on this thing, you're always looking for something else that's going to help your cause, that's going to make you feel better, more clear-headed, less anxious, less prone to depression, more confident, more effective, more productive with your time. It all helps. It's all layers in the process. And so that's a huge thing with NoFap, is it's once you take that thing away, you're going to start looking everywhere else, because now you've reduced this thing. You're like, what else can I do? How effective can I be with my time? The last one, I guess I kind of screwed that up. Yeah, I wrote each day, week, and month, but I'm relating that to the idea above. The want, the desire to improve more each and every day, each and every week, each and every month. And even if you don't complete a monthly challenge, know that you're getting closer to that, to a place that you want to be at. So for instance, even if I didn't complete August every day with NoFap, I gave in at day 15, look where I'm at now in December. Like, I had to go through some trial and error to finally build up that resistance and that mental fortitude to not give in on day 15, to not give in on day 24, 23, 25, the previous times where I had screwed up. And it was really hard, actually. Like, on this attempt that I'm on right now, I nearly gave in around like day 24, 25, 26, somewhere in there, like that. And I called one of my good friends, Emma, and we had a conversation that night, because it was like right before bed, and I told her, like, I was like, yo, I'm on the ledge right now. I'm about to jump off. I'm about to give in. She's like, no, you're not. You're almost done with November. You got to get through it and see what happens. And it's interesting, because once I made it to that day, even now on day 36, whatever, it's like it doesn't seem so hard. It's like there's these big moments that you have to get through, and once you do, you feel not that you cruise because you still get temptations and urges every single day, but yeah, I mean, you just got to weather the storm. So, anyways, those are my benefits. That's what I've noticed. I don't intend on getting off of NoFap just yet. I want to continue. I obviously want to get to a very long streak and see how I feel, see what's changed in my life. And I'm going to be getting back into YouTube and hopefully podcast as well. There's some exciting things on the horizon for next semester. Next semester is my last semester in college. So, anyways, yeah, that's all I have. Thank you guys. See you soon.